Good morning, friends. Good morning, beloved. Good morning, followers. Good morning, my viewers. I want to thank you for your effort in helping to grow my channel, in helping to grow my activities, both on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, and other Telegram channels. I want to say a profound thank you to you all. And today I brought you an important discussion, a very important discussion that requires our collective attention and understanding. I wrote in my Facebook wall about freedom and liberty, and someone curiously asked to know the difference between freedom and liberty. On that note, I choose to make this engagement with you, to make it a video so that it can serve as a wider perspective of reaching out to people. You know, those on YouTube can hear me, those on Facebook can hear me, those on my Reels, those on my Instagram, those on my Telegram pages can hear me. Then I want to state that the strongest mission in life is freedom. There is no mission for a man that is more important than freedom. If we don't pursue to freedom, we are going to be locked in the deepest underworld prison of what we call normal life. On this preamble, I want to state that liberty and freedom are often used interchangeably by men, but they have distinct connotations. Liberty focuses on the absence of external constraints, while freedom encompasses both the absence of the constraint and the presence of opportunities and resources around the constraint. You know, English is not our language, and in studying English, we need to understand the concept of English. So, having said this about liberty and freedom, I will also go further to refer liberty as to the state of being free from oppressive or oppressors, being free from restrictions or from constraints, or being free from imposed laws by external forces such as governments or institutions imposing unlawful directives. For example, unlike the president, the BAT, you are Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is not my president anyway. I can't associate with criminals. Even though Nigeria is a state of criminals, there are still good men, even if the government had been hijacked. So I'm using the part as a scenario who have hijacked the government of Rivers State by a sole administrator. That is to say that he has infringed the liberty of the Rivers people. That is against the law. Do you understand? You know, we use the current thing for example. So Rivers State is one of the examples. Now, let me also use the National Assembly as the second example. After the act of Mr. President presenting that useless speech that he called sole administrator, it is now when the Senate will now start to sit on the matter. Whereas the Senate will sit, approve before the president proclamation. But now the president has finished proclaiming before the Senate will now sit on the matter and begin to approve on the matter. That is to say that the Senate also have violated the law by infringing on the right of the liberty of the people, the liberty of law, the liberty of consultation, the liberty of legislation. So on that is what liberty is. So those are the examples or emphasis of liberty. We are at liberty to ensure that the Constitution is implemented. So whereas the Constitution is not being followed according to the act of due process, that is to say, our liberty has been breached. Our liberty has been infringed. So the so-called lawmakers have violated the law of liberty. I think that is by imposing external force on the government of Rivers State, and also by upturning the process of constitutional approach to governance by following the other way as they did. It is by constitutional rights of liberty, the Senate president is supposed to be removed that day after the speech of Mr. President. He's supposed to be removed. And now he committed another blunder by calling the House to support what the president have done. All those people who did that supposed to be removed from the legislative arm because they have broken the law. That is the law. It doesn't matter who is involved. So from that day Mr. President made that proclamation was the day Nigeria ceased to have a president. And from the day the Senate sat in support of that was the day Nigeria ceased to have a Senate. We don't have Senate. We don't have president. We don't have reps. So we have been robbed of our liberty of expression. Okay, let's proceed to the discussion. So in emphasis, the liberty emphasizing on the protection of individual rights and autonomy. Liberty emphasizes on protecting individual rights and what? Autonomy. So the Rivers State is an autonomy. Are you getting it? And Fubara as an individual also has his own liberty to say no to Mr. President proclamation. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. And that could have caused an uproar. So if Fubara had released forces or combat the situation with force, President is at fault. The Senate is at fault. And now the judicial arm is there watching. At the same time, we have no judiciary because the judiciary does not even prepare to protect the liberty of any autonomy other than the money paid to them. That's what they're interested in. So they are interested in only our money, not even the process of governance and the situation at hand. So let us proceed. Liberty also can be understood as freedom from something, such as freedom from tyranny. Now, the people rising against this tyrannical approach of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government and the Senate, the judiciary, the presidency, and the reps have failed woefully. So at this point, if the people can rise and demand for their resignation and removal, because that is what that's when now freedom comes. The liberty right has been breached, so the people has to fight to free themselves from that ugly situation. So it can be understood as freedom from something such as freedom from tyranny, opposition, or prosecution. There are some prosecutions that are not admissible before the judicial lordship. But because of bribery, and you see some magistrates misbehaving because they are opportune to sit there and be called magistrate, because they are opportune to sit there and be called judge. Listen, with what is happening in Nigeria, if you see a citizen walk up to any legislative officer and blow off his head with a gun, that citizen did not offend any law, and you can't imprison him. Because in some developed countries, what is the title for Mr. President now is death. President Tinubu, by law, he's supposed to be hanged. If it is in China, he will be hanged. Senate President hanged. Speaker, House of Rep hanged. Because they have violated the liberty of the people and the freedom of their rights. Because what is happening is not nowhere act of governance. So let us proceed. That is where we anchor liberty. We have been prosecuted wrongly. We have been oppressed by the APC government. We have been ruled tyrannically by the so-called Bat and his team of criminals he put together as ministers and legislative arm holders. They are all criminals. I don't regard them as anything. I can't honor them. They are not honorable. They are not honorable. They are not honorable. From the presidency to the ministers, from the ministers to the reps, from the reps to the chambers, there is no honorable man there. They all deserve to be cleansed out. I tell you the truth, because they have breached the constitutional right of liberty and freedom. Okay, let us now analyze freedom. Freedom encompasses not only the absence of external constraints, but also the presence of opportunities, resources, and conditions that can enable individuals to pursue their goals and live fulfilled lives. Did you see what freedom encompasses? So that is to say, we now, our liberty has been breached, so we now have to rise to fight for that liberty, for our freedom. Because if our liberty is breached, then we are not free. There will be hunger. Of course, we are all experiencing it. There's no job. People are afraid to transact because of the situation of the country. So tell me how we will progress in this kind of situation. There is no meaningful man that will want to associate with this kind of situation in Nigeria. As a businessman. No businessman will want to throw out his money in this kind of situation. So let us proceed. Freedom also includes the ability to make choices, exercises autonomy, and act upon one's desire. So now, the governor of Rivers, where we still use this Rivers State as our concept of example, the governor of Rivers State has the freedom to resist whatsoever rubbish Mr. President is voicing out there. Because he is elected and Mr. President is elected. It's a constitutional arm of government. If there should be any uproar or administrative imbalance, it is the Senate that will deliberate that and give order for Mr. President to proclaim. So now the Senate as a executive judicial arm failed in their responsibility. That is to say, the governor and the people has the right to exercise their autonomy. So if Rivers State people today go in their strength and burn down government house and chase that useless administrator away, no law hold them. They are exercising their autonomy. If they like, let the whole police in Rivers State come out. They will create a problem because the people will want to fight to their death to prove to the world that they are wrong. And indeed, they are wrong. They are wrong. So if Rivers people rise up today and chase that man, kill himself in the office, there is no law holding them because he has breached. As a sole administrator appointed, is he not supposed to advise Mr. President to do the right thing before he assumes office? Because he is hungry and tastes of a power that is not from his state. He wants to come and steal money. In the first place, allocation of the state was not supposed to release to an administrator. He's supposed not to have any thing to do with allocation of the state funds. But what are they doing? That is to say, the reason for all this act is to loot the fund. Just as we reviewed. There are some funds piling down on COVID-19. They want to share it. We know. There is a fund piling down. There are some monies coming in. The River State is richer. And now they want to butcher the money. They want to butcher the money. That is why the sole administrator have to run on his heel and come in Nigeria. Look at them. That means when he was in the military, he was one of those their street rats that perform all kind of evil activities for them to be promoted in the law. That is what it means. The sole administrator have proved to me and to other reasonable Nigerians that he was a rat in the military, in the navy. Then what do you mean by rat? Those rats in the army or in the navy are being used to carry out all ugly missions all over the country. And their masters paid them back through this way. So if this is happening, check the record of that sole administrator when he was serving in the navy. You will see that there are so many rubbish that he ordered for the big men. You know, they use him for so many useless, maybe bunkering or whatsoever business they are doing there. That is why they want to compensate him in this direction. And use him again because he knows how to. He has been trained on doing it. That is why as he come in, he wants to appoint sole administrator of local government. Where is that written in the law? Where is that written in the law for the sole administrator to appoint sole administrator of local government? You see how useless these men are. They are very useless. They think we don't have senses. They intimidate us with police, intimidate us with army. To what end? After the police will say, detain him. That is all police can do, to detain you. They can't put gun on your head. They can't put gun on your throat. It's to detain you. After detaining, what else? They will still leave you. So if Nigerians go against killing police, are they wrong? And a situation that police will call you and interview you and say, okay, go. Anytime we need you, we'll call you and say, detain him. They want money. They want money. So Nigerian police is our problem. They are part of our problem. They infringe on our liberty right. They infringe on our freedom right. I had a situation, a transaction, a mere civil transaction, a monetary transaction. And a young man wrote petition to the police. And when I came to answer the police, it is money transaction. Well, they said detain him. For what reason? After detaining and bailing myself, what happened? Nothing. What the policeman want, they just want this money. Everything, detain him. They don't even care to investigate the matter. He's just detain him, that's all. They want to detain him. Let him come and bail himself, give us money. I tell you, don't be every morning we're going to eat and go free. You not be all the money we're going to eat go free this time. Police be warned. Not be every morning you go eat this time go free. Because this time is hardship. People will be giving you spirit money so that you eat and die with your family. Useless police officers. Okay, that's not why we are here. We continue. Liberty can be understood as freedom to do something, such as freedom to pursue happiness, such as freedom to express oneself, or freedom to make choices. You see, when some team of police officers came to my house, I told them I'll be coming to their office to answer them. Even one of them wanted to jump my fence. Wallahi, if he had dared it, I would use my knife, remove his head. Nothing will happen. He said, them jump my fence and go and catch him, this, that, as if they have come to catch a criminal. When I put a call to the commissioner of police, and he said, allow the young man, he said he is coming, why don't you go? Then the state commissioner of police have to call the officer he sent and spoke to me through the phone that he's sorry his officers embarrassing me and all that. He want to take me by my word and come. As I said, I will come. The officers left. I know my right as a person. I know my liberty right. I know my freedom right. You can't come to my house because you're a police officer and you want to do anything. I will kill you. Nothing will happen. Now law will go face. So be careful with me. This time around, you don't go to people and act anyhow. Let me use this video to warn everybody. If you come to my apartment and you feel you can jump fence, your name is sorry. I will kill you. If you jump fence or jump my gate and enter my compound, I will kill you. That is the truth. Just believe me. And we'll go to court. You tell me the reason. That somebody say I'm owing him. That is the reason why he jumped my fence to come and catch me. He thought you see you are stupid as a police officer. You are useless. So people have been complaining this, and I use myself as an example. I want this video to go viral. Wherever you are, whatever thing you do, see that you share this video viral. So the police will know that they are violating our right of freedom and our right of liberty. In everything they do in Nigeria. The police are not helping situations in Nigeria. The police are more destructive than even the legislative arm. Instead of the police to do the right thing in investigation, they go about intimidating people. Intimidating people. An issue that they will come and interview you and go, and then continue. If they find out other issues connecting to you, I say your interview is false, they can come back to you or invite you. But if they invite you, bring money, detain him. Whether you are wrong or you are right, detain him. Let him bail himself. Get money. That's what they want. They just want to fill their pocket. So if police is looking to fill his pocket, the House of Rep man is filling his pocket and doing rubbish. Police is doing something, doing rubbish. Even the army that used to be more considerate, more reasonable on the streets are now useless. They are not behaving like police. They don't even do like people that defend the people any longer. So we have no defense. So as a Nigerian, I advise you, in as much as you have to protect your right of liberty and right of freedom, you should also be self-prepared for your defense anytime. You see these officers going about claiming to be police officers. Some of them are gangs hired in the police, working for one group or the other with the police. It's happening. Asare Dokubo team, remember Asare Dokubo told you that he had been killing Igbos for the north and using trailer to pack their skeleton and go and offload in the north. Such men mention such things and nobody arrested him because he is correct on what he's saying. He told them the truth. So that is to say, there are mercenaries that these politicians are using in the name of police, give them police uniform, and then what differentiates them from the police is the cap, is their cap. Whenever you see them, is their cap. Watch is their cap. When you see such men, behead them. Don't wait 2 times, behead them. When you meet such men around you, don't wait 2 times, behead them. That is why in my car, I carry a very sharp, very well sharpened and cooked knife. So no matter how you are audacious is, as soon as my knife gets you, to slice you into pieces without delay. So this is how they do to kidnap people. They use the police to kidnap. They use the police to perpetrate all kind of evil in the environment. And these police are these men hired, given police uniform, but they wear a cap, not police beret. That's how you differentiate them. And sometimes they don't have names on their badge. I have had an encounter with them before, and they ran away. That's how I discovered them. They are in the country. They are everywhere. So if a police come to your office or come to you, choose to go to their office and answer your call. Don't follow them. You might be kidnapped. You might be victim of kidnapping if you humiliate or say you want to be a good citizen. You'll be kidnapped. So charge them to go back to the office and tell you where the office address is. Go there and answer your call. The police can do nothing. It's just detaining him. That is all they can do, is to detain you. If they detain you unlawfully, you go to court and bail yourself and go your way. If you have committed a crime, you answer your crime. That is 2 ways about it. Police doesn't kill people. The highest they will do is to detain you. Nothing more, nothing less. It's to detain you. In as much as your crime is not criminal, my friend, go and meet them. Even if it's criminal, go and meet them. It's your right. It's your liberty to come at your convenience to meet police. It's your right. It's your liberty. It's your freedom. You are not compelled that you must follow them. No. You are not compelled that they must carry you. Unless you is armed robbery or severe matter. As far as it's social or civil, they don't have the right to pull you or to bully you. They don't have the right. They are not at liberty to bully you. They are not at freedom to bully you. All they owe is to invite you. And you come at your convenience to answer your call. Whatsoever thing it is, you discuss it with them. But be it in mind that our police are criminals. Social matter, you will bail yourself. That somebody reported me, I'm owing him money. Policeman said I must bail myself with 200,000. Have you? That is what is going at surveillance unit. But that's what they do there. Now, if you are coming from Opala to approach Port Harcourt, there's one army checkpoint there. That's another useless thing they are doing there. Depriving people of their rights and liberty and freedom. When you come, the army people will be sitting down there and tell you to come down from your car and open way for yourself. They block the way. By so doing, they attack you and rob you in the night. That's what those army people are doing there at that checkpoint. I'm a victim. If not that we are spirit men, we are spirit-oriented men. I was with my three little daughters behind the car. My wife was at the front with me. We were driving, heading to Port Harcourt through Umuahia. We accessed that Opala road because it was a bit late. I went to Owerri from Umuahia. I decided to use the Opala road to access Port Harcourt. And it was late. At about 9:10 in the night, we are put at that junction. This is what this military hoodlums and criminals they dispatch in checkpoints did. If not that we know what to do, they could have whisked away me and my family that day. That is what the military they are doing. So Nigerians we have to know your rights of liberty and freedom. That is why I make the post I make, teaching people so that they can use their senses and know what to do at every time, at every given time. Those military, you see at checkpoints, they are criminals and they are working for criminals too. The government that posts them is a criminal-oriented government. They too that are posted are criminal-oriented. So you need to be at your liberty and freedom at all times. Try to understand their right there and protect them. This is my humble appeal. I wish you well. We live in a country where criminals are now our leaders. We are not safe. Drug barons are our leaders. Let me tell you, every politician you see today in the politics were all Babangida drug traffickers. And after which, he used government to settle them. They all come into government. Go and check their record. They are all criminals. If not in America, here in Nigeria. They have all done one thing or another to raise the money they use to come into politics. And then remain there, siphoning the money and endangering the species of the Nigerian citizens for us to rise. This is why Nnamdi Kanu opted for Biafra. This is why Ojukwu opted for Biafra. This is why every good-meaning Nigerian today will not want to be associated with the name Nigeria. We have to split the country. Biafra need to go, Oduduwa need to go, and these Boko Haram criminals need to go back to their Boko Haram life. Let's see actually if we will improve or not. There is no region God did not bless with resources. So that is why we stand as Igbo. I am an Igbo man. I am a proud Igbo man. I am very proud to be an Igbo man. And I assure you that the freedom of Igbo man and liberty of Igbo man cannot be compared with any other mission on earth. That is our mission, our freedom and our liberty. So please join me. And as we join Nnamdi Kanu towards this and other legends who are living and who are dead, like Owazirike, Nnamdi Kanu, Ojukwu, and many others who I cannot remember their names. These are our legends who has been fighting, who understood what liberty and freedom means. And there is nothing valuable before man than his freedom and liberty. So let us stand up, understand what liberty is, understand what freedom means, and then stand for it. In anything, be it by law, be it by legislation, be it by politics, let us stand for liberty and freedom is my humble plea in the name of the Spirit of any land you stand, and the God of heaven and his Son Jesus Christ. Amen. I wish you well. Bye-bye. Till I see you again.